Morning, everyone. This is Warwick Smith, CEO of American Pacific Mining Corp., along with Jonas Lang, President of American Pacific Mining Corp. as well. Coming to you today in regards to the Madison news that we have retained 100% of the Madison project. Jonas, why don't I let you chime in here and then we can sort of go jump back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, the background here I think is important. 2019, American Pacific acquired the project for roughly 2 million US in stock. Rio's been a great partner for us. Can't emphasize that enough. They've spent 6.8 million US in the ground. So we've seen a lot of great results. And, I think important to note that we acquired the project, one that we'd looked at years before, liked a lot. That project came with this joint venture with Rio.
Mhm.
And it also had an 11-year term. So a good spend number up to 30 million US, but ultimately that timeline, has meant that we haven't seen aggressive exploration there. Um,
I'll,
so
I'll I'll chime in on that. I mean, yeah, absolutely. To reiterate your point, Rio's been an excellent partner. But on a project that we love, that 11-year term it gave us some challenges. We'd like to be more aggressive on this project. 30 million US to earn 70% of a project is great. But for context, this summer we saw Dowa, our partner up at Palmer in Alaska, spend $20 million US in just one summer. So yeah, Rio's been fantastic. It's been great. Although our goal is to get aggressive on these projects. So in conjunction with Rio, as we had these discussions, it made a lot of sense to go this way and give us an opportunity to aggressively go after some of these targets that we've spent the past few months targeting with Rio. And then now we're going to be able to drill those ourselves, but drill those while owning 100% of the project.
yeah, no, for sure. I think it's one of those rare occurrences, right, where you never want to lose a big partner typically as a junior. And had Rio been in a spot to be funding this more aggressively in the near term, that would have been excellent. But for us, we have some shallow, high priority targets. You look back at the last program that Rio completed, and I believe it was the final hole of that program, hit 14 plus gram gold over, I think it was 6.5 meters. And that was an area that was 100 meters down plunge from known skarn mineralization, still open. And that drilling was actually completed before either party had the benefit of the geophysics that was run as well, that showed a lot of regional targets. So again, I think this provides a really good opportunity for us, truly does, having 100% control, regaining that flexibility with a program that's permitted, ready to go. And I think our plan is to start that once weather permits, which is probably late Q1, early Q2. So again, I think this is actually a positive development for the company going forward.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, if you look back, if you just look back at some of the drill holes that Rio hit, yes, you mentioned it, 6.5 meters of over 14 grams gold, half a meter of 146 grams gold, 23 meters of over 2% copper, 1.7 meters of 69 grams per ton gold. They certainly had a lot of success there, and leave us an awful lot to work with. $6.8 million US worth of data. The geophysics that you mentioned is intriguing. And there's been holes there that we're quite excited to drill. It was more sort of a regional style exploration. But outside of that, I mean, some of the previous holes to when Rio were there are pretty dramatic. 69 meters of almost 7% copper, 24 and a half meters of almost, or sorry, 30 meters of almost 24 and a half grams gold. It carries incredible grades locally, and certainly the kind of things that for a company our size we can create an awful lot of excitement with. We see scale and we see size to that skarn, and that the porphyry potential is something that's always excited us as well as excited Rio as well. So excited to go after these targets, really aggressively starting Q1 here.
Yeah, no, I think some of those shallow skarn targets and the regional targets are certainly something that makes sense for American Pacific to pursue. There's an opportunity to move this towards a compliant resource
Mhm.
with the drilling that's been completed to date, plus some of our own. And then, potentially we look to bring in another partner down the line to really go after that deeper porphyry potential. But it's a big property, a lot of targets, carries incredible grade. And now we have the optionality and flexibility to move this forward on our own timeline. So I think
Yeah,
that's the takeaway here.
this immediately becomes American Pacific's number one 100% owned asset. Obviously,
Yeah.
Palmer's got a great partner in Doha up in Alaska that's being driven forward. And now we've got this 100% owned that we're going to get out and drill very quickly and look to create a lot of excitement with.
Yep.
That's a bit from me. Jonas, if you have anything else to add.
No, I think that pretty much summarizes it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, listen, we appreciate you taking the time. Look forward to drilling Madison coming up here shortly. Now 100% owned by American Pacific with an awful lot of data from our friends and good partners at Rio. We're very thankful for all of their help, and we'll look forward to drive this asset forward. Look forward to coming to you with more news soon.